Hello, fifth grade. All right, about 6:26, we have a live Kahoot at 6:30 tonight. Hoping that you're going to come. I'm going to put the game code in the chat feature. The game code for this game is 2341249. 2341249. Game code will also be listed throughout the event on the Kahoot itself. So if something happens or if you join late, you can always have a look there. I hope that you all had a good afternoon and evening. I can't wait to find out how our soccer team did. Weather's looking a little bit yuck, but hopefully the game was finished well before the weather turned over. Truffles and Mr. Steven and I went for a walk. Speaking of Truffles, here she is. She's currently liking to watch outside. She is not at all interested in anything to do inside the apartment. Hey, Truffy. Hey. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you. Here is a little bonus question for those who come back to watch the video. Truffles is not actually her first name. Oreo Truffles Pepper is her full name. So if you can give me Truffles' full name on your test on Wednesday, then you will get a bonus point. Very good. Oh, yes. Oh, stinky breath. Oh, yawn. Oh, so tired. Oh, so tired. Why are you tired? Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you. Thank you. What's this? What's going on here? You're watching outside. You're making sure we're safe. Someone's here. Hi, someone. Here we are. Yes. So if you're just joining us, the game code is 2341249. And I highly recommend that you go back to watch the beginning of this video because I gave a bonus question for a point on your test. So you'll need to go back and watch to find out what the bonus question was at the beginning of this video. The game code is 2341249, and I did indeed give a bonus question at the start of this Kahoot before anyone was online. So I strongly recommend that you go back and watch the video to get a bonus point. We're also going to have a bonus point for spelling that really long word that I can't think of right now. I don't know. We'll discuss it tomorrow in class, but you will also get an opportunity to have a bonus point for the proper spelling of that word, like we did with hydrofluorocarbons. But this is the other one that Will knew how to pronounce amazingly because he's super brilliant and he read it how to pronounce it. So shout out to Will. Woo-hoo, Will. All right, so we're going to be going over that. I might throw in another bonus question or two throughout our Kahoot. We have 19 questions on tonight's Kahoot. And your test total has 22 questions. And we're going to go over a couple of those questions in class tomorrow as part of another video that I'm going to also make available to you tomorrow night. So the other Kahoot, we may not do a second Kahoot tomorrow. We may just do kind of a video recording of a couple of things, and I'll try and talk to you about some things tonight. And then you can just rewatch the Kahoot because I actually got most of the questions on here for you. Anyway, it's just a couple of the ones that are kind of like essay ones that you're going to want to spend a little bit more time with. So I'll try and do a video for you guys tomorrow for that. So if you're just joining us now, the game code is 2341249. And Truffles was up here with me earlier. I recommend that you rewatch the beginning of the video to find out about a bonus point that is available to you if you can find out what the answer is and put it on your test. So I'm going to go over here. It's 6:31. I'm going to give everybody a couple more minutes here. But I am going to go ahead and got one player on right now. Tate is currently on the game. Good job, Tate. All right, so my other viewers, I hope you're going to join in unless you're randomly 6th through 8th graders who are watching along. And we are doing chemistry right now anyway, so let's see here. Caitlin's here. Oh, my goodness. The epic matchup of all time, Tate versus Caitlin. Caitlin says she's going to stay in first place this time, but will she? Dun, dun, dun. We don't even know. My goodness. Truckee, come here. Come here. She's not interested in you. Sorry. She's interested in the outside. The windows are open. She loves the outside. Let's see here. Let me talk to you a little bit while we wait for any more folks to join us. 3 players on now. 3 players on. Who else is on? Phantom Knight. Phantom Knight. I think that might be Mason, but maybe it's Devin B. Possibly so. Let's see here. This weekend, the Easter Bunny visited Truffles. She got dog treats and Easter eggs, and then she went and she hunted them out and searched for them. So that was kind of fun. She enjoys getting visited by the Easter Bunny. I did not get to find out from all of you if you were visited by the Easter Bunny. I was just checking my phone to see if anybody had emailed. You know that sometimes our moms and dads do to let me know if we're having some trouble with the game. All right, I've had 4 solid viewers for a few minutes now, so I'm going to go ahead and bring the Kahoot up onto the screen, and then we're going to go ahead and get started. So I'm going to screen share this. Let's see here, I'm going to bring the Kahoot in. There we go. The Kahoot is now live. All right, and we're going to go ahead and get started with our game. Remember to go back and watch the beginning of this video for a bonus point. Trouble is I can't play right now. I have to do the game with the kids. We'll play later. All right, here we go. Getting started. Just join in. If you are coming back on a little bit late, that is perfectly okay. All right, so here we go. Getting ready, getting started. 19 questions. Are you ready? Bum, bum, bum. Full screen. Define emulsion. Is it red, stored energy, blue, a substance that tastes bitter and gives off hydroxide ions, of a moving object, or green, a liquid spread through another liquid? Define emulsion. Is it red, stored energy, blue, a substance that tastes bitter and gives off hydroxide ions, yellow, the energy of a moving object, or green, a liquid spread through another liquid? What is an emulsion? I gave you guys 90 seconds on this, so you should have more than enough time to get your answers in there. What is an emulsion? It is a liquid spread through another liquid. 3 out of 3. Very good, you guys. All right, next question. Ooh, Tate jumped in there first. Okay, here we go. Next question. Define kinetic energy. Define kinetic energy. A substance that tastes bitter and gives off hydroxide ions. Blue, the energy of a moving object. Yellow, a liquid spread through another liquid. Or green, stored energy. You might be able to knock out 2 already because they don't have a key word in them. Define kinetic energy. A substance that tastes bitter and gives off hydroxide ions. Of a moving object, excuse me, big yawn, is correct. Very good. All right, here we go. Next question. Which is true of good conductors? Which is true of good conductors? Red, they have molecules that are close together. Blue, they have molecules that are far apart. Yellow, they are usually gases, or green, they are usually liquids. Red, they have molecules that are close together. Blue, they have molecules that are far apart. Yellow, they are usually gases. Green, they are usually liquids. What is the correct answer? What could it be? What is the correct answer? What is it? What is it? They have molecules that are close together. Very good. Next question. Oh, no, Phantom Knight. Caitlin just squeezed past you. Here we go. Next question. Which describes a solution? Which describes a solution? Is it red, a mixture that is only partially blended? Blue, a mixture that is usually transparent or evenly colored? Yellow, a mixture that settles into layers? Or green, all of the above? What describes a solution? Red, a mixture that's only partially blended. Blue, a mixture that's usually transparent or evenly colored. Yellow, and oh, very good. Blue, a mixture that is usually transparent or evenly colored. We went over that today in class, okay? So remember, a solution is usually a mixture that's transparent and evenly colored. Next question. You hypothesize that sugar is more soluble than salt. Which variable don't you control to test it? Okay, so thinking of an experiment, okay? Do you need to control the temperature of the water? Do you need to control blue, the amount of the solute used? Yellow, the shape of the container you mix the solution in? Or green, the amount of water used? So which one don't you need to control, okay? So you're doing an experiment. You're trying to figure out if sugar is more soluble than salt, meaning that it will dissolve in water better than salt. Do you need to, which one doesn't really matter to find out that answer? Is it red, the temperature of the water, blue, the amount of each solute used, yellow, the shape of the container you mix the solution in, or green, the amount of water used? Oh, it's raining a little bit harder now. The shape of the container, okay? So the temperature is going to matter, okay? It's going to matter how hot it is and whether or not that's going to make the sugar or the salt dissolve into the water better. It's going to matter how much water, salt, and sugar you use. It is going to matter how much water you use. What is not going to matter is the shape of the container you mix it in. If you mix it in a bowl or a jar or a cup or a star-shaped dish, none of that is going to affect the actual way that sugar or salt dissolves in water. Define product. Define product. Is it red, mixture with the properties between solutions and homogeneous mixtures? Blue, a substance whose color changes when it's mixed with an acid? Yellow, stored energy? Or green, a new substance produced by a chemical change? Define product. Red, a mixture with properties between solutions and heterogeneous mix? Is it blue, a substance whose color changes when it's mixed with an acid? Yellow, stored energy? Or green, a new substance produced by a chemical change? Which is it? What could it be? Still waiting on another answer here. Which one could it be? It is a new substance produced by a chemical change. Okay, so that's the product. So you start with different solvents and different solutes, and then at the end, you end up with a new product. Okay, so think of it when you're making something. Okay, remember we talked about this. You start with yeast and flour and sugar and bread, and then you end up with a new product, which is bread, okay? So it is a new substance produced by a chemical change. Next question. Define indicator. What is an indicator? It lets you know something, okay? So is it red, energy of a moving object? Blue, stored energy? Yellow, a substance that changes color when it's mixed with an acid or a base? Or green, the process by which heat is transferred by the movement of matter? An indicator. What is an indicator? Oh, someone else has joined the game. All right, it is a substance that changes color when mixed with an acid or a base. Very good. Will, you're here. Yay! Next question. Define acid. Define acid. Is it red, a substance with a bitter taste? Blue, a substance that gives off a sour taste? Yellow, the energy of a moving object? Or green, a new substance produced by a chemical change? Define acid. Is it red, a substance with a bitter taste? Blue, a substance that gives off a sour taste? Yellow, the energy of a moving object? Or green, a new substance? It is a substance that gives off a sour taste. Okay? We know it's not a substance produced by a chemical change because we just found out that that is a product. Okay? and it's not with a bitter taste, okay? Those are bases. Bases, bitter. B, okay? Acids give off a sour taste, okay? So remember, a substance with a bitter taste is a base. Next question. Why are liquids and solids better conductors of heat than gas? Is it red? The molecules need to move less to conduct the heat. Blue, the molecules need to move more to conduct the heat. Yellow, the molecules need to not touch to conduct heat to one another. Or green, molecules need to be closer to conduct heat to one another. Why are liquids and solids better conductors of heat than gas? Is it red? The molecules need to move less to conduct heat. Blue, the molecules need to move more to conduct heat. Yellow, molecules need to not touch to conduct heat. Or green, molecules need to be closer to conduct heat to one another. Mm. Okay, molecules need to be closer to conduct the heat to one another. No one got that answer correct. Now, that is a second part to an essay question, so we will go over that more together tomorrow in class, okay? Next question. An example of a physical change is water evaporating, red, blue, metal rusting, yellow, a cake baking, or green, a candle burning. Okay, so a physical change. Remember, there's nothing happening that makes it go from one thing to another. It's just a physical change. Remembering what a physical change is. It's a change in state, okay? So the answer they're looking for on your test is actually water evaporating, okay? Because it's still water, it just goes from being a liquid to a gas. However, we have discussed candles burning because of the physical change in the wax, okay? Candles are actually an interesting thing because they actually have a chemical change and a physical change. So I will accept candles burning, but that's because of the wax. There is also a chemical change in candles burning that has to do with the fire, okay? The fire comes from the oxygen being burned, all right? So it's important to remember that. Next question. Which is not an example of an indicator? Is it red, water, blue, red cabbage juice, yellow, litmus paper, or green, grape juice? So remember, this is something that changes when you add an acid or a base to it, and it shows you maybe a different color, okay? So be thinking here, red water, blue, red cabbage juice, yellow litmus paper, or green grape juice. 3 of these 4 things change color when they come in contact with an acid or a base. One of them does not. Which one is it? Which one does not change when it comes into contact with an acid or a base? What could it be? What could it be? Water is the correct answer. Most of you got that correct. So litmus paper is a special paper that they use that shows the change when you have an acid or a base. It helps measure the pH. Okay, next question. Uh-oh, Caitlin's taking the lead. Cinnamon bread needs to rise in a warm place. Does a chemical or physical change happen? Red, physical, blue, chemical. Cinnamon bread needs to rise in a warm place. Does a chemical or physical change happen? Red, physical, blue, chemical. Hmm. So remember, go back to the beginning of the video later on and make sure you get your bonus question. There was a bonus question. It is a chemical change, okay? Remember, we had our examples of cookies and bread. okay? Cookies go through a physical change, okay? When you have the chocolate chips in the dough and they get cooked, all that really happens is that the chocolate chips melt, okay? That's a physical change. The chocolate chips go from being hard chocolate to soft chocolate. But when we're talking about bread, we talk about mixing the yeast and the flour and the eggs, and those things work together to create a chemical reaction that makes the bread rise. Okay? Chemical. Next question. Define colloid. What is a colloid? Is it red, the energy of a moving object? Blue, a new substance produced by a chemical change? Yellow, mixture with properties between solutions and heterogeneous mixtures? Or green, stored energy? Now, you should have a pretty good idea for this one. Two of them should be knocked out immediately, and one of them we already know as something that we learned about earlier. So, really only leaves you with one correct answer. What could it be? Okay. Is it red, the energy of a moving object? Blue, a new substance produced by a chemical change? It is yellow, mixtures with the properties between solutions and homogeneous mixtures. Okay, remember, two of you chose blue. It's produced by a chemical change is a product. The key there, produced, product. Okay, next question. Define potential energy. Define potential energy. Red, the energy of a moving object. Blue, a mixture between solutions and heterogeneous mixtures. Yellow, stored energy. Or green, the process of transferring heat by moving matter. Okay, so one of them you just learned about. So that one should just be knocked out right away. That leaves you with three. Now there's a key word in two of them that should help you knock out another one. So you're down with two. Which one could it be? It is stored energy, potential. It has the potential to have energy. Doesn't have any yet. It could have it, though, in the future. It's stored. It's waiting to be used. Next question. Which is the best conductor of heat? Red, liquids and solids, or blue, gas? Which is the best conductor of heat? We learned about this today. Red, liquids and solids, or blue, gas? We went over it today with our study guide. Liquids and solids. Remember, gas is not a good conductor of heat because the molecules are all spread apart, okay? This is really important. This is going to be one of your questions that has quite a few words in it, okay? So if you're asked which is a better conductor of heat, gases or liquids and solids, you're going to say liquids and solids are better conductors. Okay, heat is moved through the material by motion. Okay, as they move around and they bump into each other, they spread the heat through the molecules. Okay, they can't transfer to each other the heat when their molecules aren't close enough together. Okay, all right, next question. Define convection. Define convection. Is it red, a liquid spread through another liquid? Blue, the process by which heat transfers by rays. Yellow, a new substance produced by a chemical change. Or green, a process by which heat is transferred by the movement of matter. Okay, so two of those should get knocked out right away because you already have seen them earlier. So you're down with two. Which one is it? Is it red, a liquid spread through another liquid? Blue, the process by which heat is transferred by rays. Yellow, a new substance producing a chemical change. Or green, a process by which heat is transferred by movement. Very good. Okay, we know it's not a liquid spread through another liquid because that's a what? And Emulsion, right? Then we've got our blue, okay? Process of heat is transferred by rays. That is radiation. Radiation. Okay? So the correct one is the movement of matter, convection. Okay? Next question. A rock rolling down a hill has Mr. Steven says no moss because he's old and knows stuff like that. Red, electrical energy. Blue, no energy. Yellow, potential energy. Or green, kinetic energy. Red, electrical energy. Blue, no energy. Yellow, potential energy. Or green, kinetic energy. A rock rolling down a hill has, what is it? Now, Mr. Stevens said no moss. If you write down no moss as one of your answers, I will give you a bonus point. So N-O space M-O-S-S, no moss. Okay, kinetic energy is correct. A rock is moving. It has kinetic energy. It's not potential. It's not stored. Top of the hill, then it would have potential energy. But no, it has kinetic energy because it is moving. So remember, you're going to be given some blanks for some bonus questions. One of them is going to be from the beginning of the video. One of them is going to be our spelling challenge with that crazy word I'm going to go over with you in class tomorrow. And another one is no moss. Next question. Define radiation. Is it red, the energy of a moving object? Blue, the process by which heat is transferred by electromagnetic rays. Yellow, a liquid spread through another liquid. Or green, stored energy. I gave you the hint earlier. Let's see who was listening and paying attention, or if they were just checking their scores. 2 of them should be knocked out right away. All right, very good. There we go. Radiation is transferred by rays. Very good. Radiation. Next question. Last one. Define base. I gave you a hint on this earlier. Is it red, stored energy? Blue, a substance that gives off a bitter taste and hydroxide ions. Yellow, a liquid spread through another liquid. Or green, a substance whose color changes when it's mixed with an acid. What is it? Let's see here. Well, hello, Truffles. Truffles just hopped up on the couch with me. All right. No, Mr. Steven, we're not saying your lame jokes anymore. Oh, he has such bad dad jokes. He was like, a bass is a guitar. All right. So, a substance that tastes bitter. Bases are bitter. B. All right. That is it. Let's see here. Caitlin is the winner. She did stay in the top. 15 out of 19 questions. Phantom Knight came second with 13 out of 19 questions, and Will came third with 11 out of 19 questions, and he came in a little bit late. Here we go. Let's see here. Tate, what happened, man? We got to do some review, okay? All right, guys, put in your feedback for me. Put in your feedback. Let's see here from your apps. Go ahead and put that feedback in, and while you're putting that in, I'm going to switch us back over in a minute. All right, couple of us. Let's see here. Putting in our feedback. Okay. Liked it pretty good. Got greens all around. Okay. All right. Now, let me pull us back up here to the video. All right. So, there was a bonus question at the beginning. You need to go back and watch the beginning of the video for that. There is the spelling bonus question, and then there is the third Mr. Steven bonus question. I'm going to give you one more possible bonus point tonight, and I may throw one in tomorrow. One more possible bonus question for you tonight is this. Mr. Steven and I are having taco bowls for dinner. Woo-woo, taco bowls. And we are actually going to make them in spaghetti squash instead of in tortillas. We're going to make them in spaghetti squash. So we're getting more vegetables with our taco bowls than if we were using tortillas. So Another answer that you can write down is spaghetti squash. Spaghetti squash is what we are having for dinner tonight on Monday. All right, so a couple of the things you need to make sure that you're paying attention for, okay? So remembering which is the better conductor of heat, gases, liquids, or solids, okay? And remembering why. We're going to go over that in class tomorrow. We're also going to go over the 4 types of solutions and give an example of each one. Okay, so have a look in your book tonight and see about that. You're going to think about the cinnamon bread example that we talked about, and that it's a chemical change and why, okay? And then we're also going to talk about why foam might be a better insulator than paper and how we would test that idea. So give your little brain some thinking about that. We've also got a couple of questions that have pictures, so we'll have those for you tomorrow. Okay, guys, we're going to have questions there, and we've got the pictures, and you'll see them tomorrow in class, and we will go over them, okay? All right, you guys, have a good night. Get some rest. Make sure you review your things, and I look forward to seeing you all tomorrow. Remember to bring your tech with you if you can so that we can review in class. All right, have a good night. Bye.